What's up, boys? It's Dylan with the Prepared Father here, and as you see, I am nice and covert, standing oddly in my recording studio. Partly because I didn't want to shave to have to look decent for this part, but here we are. Today we're going to be diving into the Tier 1 concealed MSP holster and kind of line it up with some of the features, talk about it a little bit, and definitely talk about its comparison to my favorite holster, the C&G holster, which is not a dedicated light holster, but one of my favorites. But before we start, I just wanted to wish you guys an absolutely amazing. Remember to be the change you want to see in the world, because there's a lot of shit going on right now, alright boys? Stay prepared. This is the Tier 1 concealed MSP holster. What's in it now is my FN509 with the TLR 1HL on it. This is a clear firearm. We're about to drop a snap cap out of it. This is a red snap cap, verifying that this is a 100% clear firearm. Those of you who don't know, MSP stands for Modern Samurai Project, which is Scott Jedlinski's company. He is a, in my opinion, top tier firearm training company. They offer some of the best tips and tricks for defensive shooting that I've personally had the pleasure of witnessing. Before we jump in, talking about the nitty gritty of this thing, guys, please leave a like on this video and subscribe if you really like honest, thorough, and straightforward content that's not bought and paid for, alright? And watch this thing through and tell me what you think my opinion lies on this holster and what holster you're rocking, alright? So, this holster came out around 2016, and has kind of been a benchmark for modern day light-centric holsters. Alright, it's often compared to models like the Filster Floodlight, or the... Now, I have a C&G holster for my FN509 with the Surefire. This is the Surefire X300 and I have one for my CZ-P10S, which has a sidecar attached. You guys can check that review of the P10S C&G holster one on my channel. But let's break it down, kind of talk about what I like about it and whatnot. So the first thing that I noticed when I got this thing was that it came with some stickers like this one and this one right here. And it came with this bag, alright? Small little, what is it, like a string backpack. I used to wear these in high school when they were cool. That kind of shows my age a little bit. But this kind of feels like shit, but, it definitely gives the holster a more handsome presentation, okay? So this model is the OD green and has the FDE shock cord on it, and is built to open-ended, so you kind of can accommodate compensators or threaded barrels, making it, future-proof for those who, like adding those things, adding those upgrades. The shock cord connecting the two pieces allows a little bit for some customization in terms of fit and perhaps some accessories. We'll talk about a little bit more on, the next part of this presentation, but it definitely allows you to personalize your holster. One of the features here that I value a lot is this wing. This thing is super adjustable, and Tier 1 provides like these little stackable squares here that really increase the space between the holster and the belt. Whatever belt you're wearing to minimize printing. It operates like other wings that come with holsters, but this is really the most innovative wing I've seen with a holster ever, but definitely in recent memory. It works exceptionally well, especially if you're an appendix carrier person, because really what prints on an appendix carry is this. So when this pushes that thing out, this kind of makes some adjustments here. So this holster also comes with tuckable discreet carry clips. These clips are branded, but pretty subtly, which I really appreciate, because some companies, we the people, I'm fucking looking at you guys, have a giant monoblock with their flashy, large branding, telling absolutely everyone and their mother that, hey, I have a gun right here in my waistband. Absolutely defeating the purpose of an IWB carry in the first place. So if you're thinking about getting a We the People holsters, if you're kind of stuck in that $80 to $100 price range, definitely go on Amazon, go to CYA Supply, go to any other cheap holster. They're not going to be great, but they're going to be better than We the People and a little bit more discreet, alright? You know, tier 1 keeps it professional, and in my opinion, discreet. It's perfect for professionals defending their lives or the dads tucking in their shirts for a day out. The Kydex here feels a bit thinner than most, or at least is more flexible than most. While it's not as rigid as other options, that's kind of a good thing because it still provides enough protection for your firearm while also being comfortable enough to carry. Overall, the design is super sleek and functional, and it has some room for customization to fit your style and needs. You can add kind of like T-Rex Arms has that sidecar portion. They have this little paracord, shock cord area, so you can add a mag attachment. I definitely think they should come out with other attachments, kind of like T-Rex has. Maybe not the silencer one, because I think the silencer one that T-Rex came out with is, I don't know, kind of dumb. You know what I mean? Let's talk about what I don't like. Alright, first is the price point. This thing comes in just like this, as you see it, $130. Alright, now if you're adding a sidecar on it, that's an extra $50. Then you add some shipping costs in there, and you're looking at like $200. Alright, for many of us, especially the working father or budget-conscious shooters, that's kind of a tough pill to swallow, you know what I mean? When similar models like the Lux by Rounded Gear are cheaper, or the Filster Floodlight, which is similarly priced but arguably offers more. Alright, now the biggest issue for me is the trigger guard. Okay, let's throw this in here. While it definitely covers the trigger kind of where it counts, I don't know if you can tell there, but that, my friends, is a fucking... Dude. Did you just fucking hear that? Like, that was me pulling the trigger. Look. That's a pulled trigger, dude. Let's do that again. Just to verify, I'm not some crazy douchebag. I mean, I'm a crazy douchebag, but... that's a totally different, separate story, I guess. Different video topic. Here, let's see. Here, let's do it closer to the camera. Yep, bam. That's a pulled trigger, boys. I don't like that. Let's do it one more time. Let me set the mic on the table. Alright, so you can't get into it from this side, but this side... not good, okay? Not good. Now, I will say this FN 509 with a 4-inch barrel, this is a full-size handgun, but the 4-inch barrel is kind of an industry standard right now, you know what I mean? Especially for compact, or full-size firearms. So, if you're running a 5-inch barrel, like a Staccato or a 2011 or something like that, the issue is kind of going to be worse. And let's be real, this can be a safety issue. I've seen way too many incidents where a drawstring or loose fabric gets in gets in the, trigger guard here and ends up causing a negligent discharge. And that's going to end up causing someone $20,000 in medical bills or a testicle, you know what I mean? Both equally upsetting, probably one over the other, Now, a place where I really think Tier 1 could easily fix this is by raising the trigger guard half an inch on each side. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're going to be covering some of the mag release button, but, there's plenty of holsters where the mag release button is somewhat covered, and that's fine. You know what I mean? And lift this up and tighten it. You know what I mean? Will it kind of cut off maybe one or two style of handguns? Yeah. But the people who are buying this aren't going to be putting their handgun in it for the first time and saying, oh man, that kind of sucks. Now, every YouTuber I've seen who's covered this holster, maybe Tactical Considerations, Hunter Constantine, everyone who, and I respect both those channels, but everyone who I've seen talk about this hasn't even fucking mentioned that, dude. So I got this thinking, oh man, this is going to be a perfect holster for me. And it kind of is on work days. You know what I mean? But, if you're tucking something, you're going to be a little bit nervous, dude. If you're wearing a drawstring or something like that, like a leisure carry setup, you're going to be nervous, So Tier 1, if you see this, which you probably won't, because I'm not shit, compared to those two I just mentioned. But dude, add a little bit of height here. Like, make this a little bit more shooter friendly or carry friendly. Because like I carry with one of the chamber boys, and I'm not trying to lose a testicle over not, no offense, a lackluster holster job. Okay. So now let's stack up a tried and true favorite holster of mine. The C&G holsters. C&G is a fantastic company, veteran owned. I think they're out of Wisconsin or Minnesota. They are, this is a 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with this holster. You know what I mean? Everything about it is a perfect setup. You know what I mean? So if you're looking for a dedicated holster, definitely go with C&G. All right, boys? I'm not sponsored by them at all. All right? I just can tell you from experience, having ran through We the People, Tier 1, I didn't have a T-Rex arm, so maybe they are better, but I don't know, like, I've had buddies who've had T-Rex arms holsters, and they're not as good as this. This has a built-in wedge, very thick Kydex, comes with a monoblock, for this setup, or you can get the Alpha upgrade for $10 more. It's $30 cheaper than any Tier 1 or T-Rex arms holster. The Alpha upgrade comes with the wing, so $100, and they have molds for every handgun combination you can think of. Like, I'm telling you, every single one. This isn't a sponsored video, I'm telling you. Like, this is the king of the kings right now. So, just off rip, this definitely feels sturdier. When you squeeze it from this direction, it feels similar, to the MSP, but I don't know if you can tell there's way more give in this, and my guess is because this is a two-piece, so, like, they have one piece, cut it off, and, like, attached there would be a shock cord. That might be the reason there's more give here. And like I said, that might not be a bad thing. That might be, like, a comfort addition that makes this a little bit better, but that's just my opinion, alright? And retention is kind of another area where I find that the C&G holsters takes the cake. Like I said, this is for the Surefire X300. And I kind of sacrificed a lot to get an X300. You know what I mean? I think I sold like 150 rounds of 9mm, tooth level 3 plus plates. I kind of did a lot to get it, but the retention on here isn't, like, great, but it's not bad. Okay, that kind of was worse than I think, but, like, if you just add a little bit of pressure to the sides, it'll be good, you know what I mean? But, like, Tactical Considerations did that, but he didn't, dude. Like, I know his ass was squeezing the shit out of it, because, like, look at that, dude. Like, if you add no pressure to this, which your body is going to add pressure to this naturally when you're carrying it, so it's not that big of a deal. But this is just one of those instances where it's like, guys, like, stop fucking trying to sell me shit that you're sponsored by the company, alright? You're gonna fucking bam. Alright? So, yeah. C&G definitely gets the win on the retention, and the ability to attach a monoblock, or like the discrete carry clips, and like I did with my CZ-P10S mag, or a sidecar attachment, is you can get one that it's a tactical sidecar attachment, or you can get the ANR design, which I heard good things about too, and it looks pretty effective. Now you can just put them in here and then put the discrete carry clips over it, so you have a sidecar attachment and you have discrete carry clips. The tuckable ones, at least, because I know these are the discrete carry clips too. It's just a monoblock version. Alright? So, and I gotta point this out. You get this, the Alpha upgrade, and the light wing that comes with theirs, all for, I would say, if you get all the whole works from Tier 1, the MSP, it'll come in half. This was like $99. This was $84 because it didn't come with the alpha upgrade. But if you get the alpha upgrade, it's $99. This is $135 for just this, and then the $45, sidecar attachment, which is, in my opinion, overpriced. And then you get an additional, $10, $15 in shipping fees, alright? Developed a rating system for this channel just because I want to make sure that, like, I'm kind of keeping everything on the same idea and the same track. So when you guys hear this shit, you can watch a holster review in the future and be like, okay, if the MSP was a whatever, you kind of know where to stack up against shit. So, I've developed kind of something on it. Sleek design, the adjustability, the comfort, and I'm giving this holster a 7.5 out of 10. Or as my daughter says, 7 out of 10 bubbies. Alright. Now it loses a point for the lack of a trigger guard. It loses 2 points for the lack of trigger guard protection, and half a point for the high price tag. That said, if you're looking customizable, light-centric holster, and can stomach the price, this might still be a great option for you. But for me, I think because I like my X300 so much, I'm going to stick with my CNG holster for now. Just because I like my Surefire so much. And like I said, I traded a whole bunch of shit for it, so I better get some use out of it. You know what I mean? So boys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more gear reviews, training tips, and everyday carry insights. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you next time, boys.